São desse daqui que eu acho que ia ficar muito pica.
Ah, quer que eu desligue ou não?
Não, só se minha mão quiser pra ficar mais à vontade. Mas pode ficar à vontade, meu coração. Deixa eu ver aqui. Deixa eu ir no Photoshop. Não tô com o Photoshop aberto, não? Ué. Why does it not show? Bit.
Oi.
Ah, não, é Windows tem. Ah, entendi. Nice. Pica. Bom, basicamente a minha ideia é fazer um showdown delas. Baby, do you prefer me to mute myself?
É o quê?
Você prefere que eu me mute? Você prefere que eu me mute ou não? Tá. Mas seria mais ou menos essa aí. A ideia que eu quero passar. Tá. Bora aqui. Meu amor,
Hum,
boa noite, coração. Eu vou ficar aqui, mas eu vou dar boa noite pra você antes que você durma, tá bom?
mas é pra me ligar, pra me ligar.
Hã?
Eu tô aqui dormindo, mas é pra me ligar antes de dormir, pra me dar boa noite.
Tá bom, coração fofo. Te amo.
Beijo.
Beijo. But it's again, yeah.
morning, everybody. We have been at it now for 21 hours, and we've had a number of substantive discussions with the Iranians. That's the good news. The bad news is that we have not reached an agreement, and I think that's bad news for Iran much more than it's bad news for the United States of America. So we go back to the United States having not come to an agreement. We've made very clear what our red lines are, what things we're willing to accommodate them on, and what things we're not willing to accommodate them on. And we've made that as clear as we possibly could, and they have chosen not to accept our terms. Questions?
Precisely what have they rejected here? Can you help us understand it a little bit?
Well, I won't go into all the details because I don't want to negotiate in public after we've negotiated for 21 hours in private. But the simple fact is that we need to see an affirmative commitment that they will not seek a nuclear weapon, and they will not seek the tools that would enable them to quickly achieve a nuclear weapon. That is the core goal of the President of the United States, and that's what we've tried to achieve through these negotiations. Again, their nuclear program, such as it is, the enrichment facilities that they had before, they've been destroyed. But the simple question is, do we see a fundamental commitment of will for the Iranians not to develop a nuclear weapon, not just now, not just 2 years from now, but for the long term? We haven't seen that yet. We hope that we will. We just could not get to a situation where the Iranians were willing to accept our terms. I think that we were quite flexible. We were quite accommodating. The president told us, you need to come here in good faith and make your best effort to get a deal. We did that, and unfortunately, we weren't able to make any headway.
How often did you communicate with the president throughout those rounds, and what was he saying as you were going through these negotiations that you said fell short?
Yeah, obviously, we were talking to the president consistently. I don't know how many times we talked to him, a half dozen times, a dozen times over the past 21 hours. We obviously also talked to Admiral Cooper, to Pete, to Marco, to the entire national security team. We talked to Scoppeson a number of times. So look, we were constantly in communication with the team because we were negotiating in good faith. And we leave here.
As ameaças de Trump levaram opositores do governo a pedir o uso da 25ª emenda para remover o presidente. É um dispositivo da Constituição que permite que o vice-presidente e a maioria do gabinete declarem o presidente inapto para governar, de modo que o vice assuma de forma imediata. Parlamentares democratas e até mesmo figuras relevantes da direita têm expressado preocupação sobre até que ponto Trump está disposto a ir nessa guerra. Mais de 20 democratas já foram às redes sociais pedir que o presidente americano seja removido. Antigos aliados de Trump, como a congressista Marjorie Taylor Greene, também pediram a aplicação da 25ª emenda. Nenhum presidente na história dos Estados Unidos foi removido do cargo dessa forma. Também não há nenhuma indicação de que o vice Jahde Vance e outros integrantes do governo apoiariam essa medida.
Morty, what's happening here?
Summer got into my grandpa's garage, messed around and turned herself into a monster. My mom did the same to make her feel better. She's a good mom.
Oh my god. I have to go call my mom.
Trisha, wait!
Ethan! Hey, it's okay. Sit down. You made my sister cry, Ethan. You messed with her body image.
Look, Morty.
Shh. Careful, Ethan. Your s'more is burning.
Morty, what's happening here?
Summer got into my grandpa's garage, messed around and turned herself into a monster. My mom did the same to make her feel better. She's a good mom.
Oh my god. I have to go call my mom.
Trisha, wait!
Ethan! Hey, it's okay. Sit down. You made my sister cry, Ethan. You messed with her body image.
Look, Morty.
Shh. Careful, Ethan. Your s'more is burning.
must be Rick.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard a lot about you today. Your daughter holds you in very high regard. You're a healthy fella.
Yeah, thank you. Sweetie, you don't still happen to have that syringe in your purse?
Dad, I would like you to tell me what's in the syringe.
It's a serum that I need to stay alive. I've sustained a lot of damage. I'm pretty close to death, which the serum will prevent.
By changing you from a pickle to a human.
Yes.
Why did you lie to your daughter?
Because I don't respect therapy. Because I invent, transform, create, and destroy for a living. And when I don't like something about the world, I change it. And I don't think listening to some agent of averageness explain which words mean which feelings has ever helped anyone do anything. I'm a pickle when I feel like it. So, you asked.
You must be Rick.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard a lot about you today. Your daughter holds you in very...
I can't keep falling for rage.
Alguns meses atrás eu soltei mais de 200 camarões de água doce aqui na minha represa, juntos também com 27 tilápias e um surubim. Surubim e as tilápias eu sei que ainda eles estão aqui. Agora os camarões eu vou descobrir hoje. Eu trouxe aqui aquela mesma armadilha que eu capturei eles lá do lago do meu tio. É uma armadilha própria para capturar camarão. Ela tem um funil de cada lado para os camarões entrar e não ter mais como sair. Para tá pegando esses camarãozinhos de água doce, eu uso aqui tanto a ração de peixe como ração para gato, ração para cachorro. Serve do mesmo jeito. Aí eu tô armando ela.
Pé no fundo, vamos ver. Cara, que canhão, galera.
Eu quero viver em teus braços pra sempre, pra sempre.
Nossa senhora. 280, galera. 282. Tirei o pé.
Lembra aquele tempo, amor, onde a gente se encontrou?
Pé no fundo, vamos ver.
Você é um
Cara, que canhão, galera.
Eu quero viver em teus braços pra sempre, pra sempre.
Nossa senhora. 280, galera. 282. Tirei o pé.
Lembra aquele tempo, amor, onde a gente se encontrou?
Hey Kim, I know you've been working.
Have you seen these videos where people cook food in nature right on hot rocks? It looks beautiful, aesthetically pleasing, even cozy. But behind this lies an unobvious but real danger. And it's not about hygiene at all. The stones are always thoroughly washed in mountain rivers, sometimes even cleaned with sand and mud, and then heated in a fire, killing everything superfluous. Visually it's perfect, but the main threat lies within the stone itself. Some rocks retain moisture in microcracks. When such a stone falls into the fire, the water inside instantly turns into steam. The pressure increases, there is no way out, and the stone explodes. Moreover, the explosions can be serious, and the fragments scatter to a distance of up to 12 meters. At first glance, such videos arouse an appetite and a desire to repeat, but many bloggers who are addicted to this style of cooking have already faced the consequences. Have you seen these videos where people cook food in nature right on hot rocks? It looks beautiful, aesthetically pleasing.
Which one is yours?
Lila, that little ragamuffin, in the rain boots. She won't take those off, you know. Not since I read her Paddington Bear. Now it's all rain boots and marmalade sandwiches for that.
She's, adorable.
Yeah, she's got a lot of her old man. I can't help but see myself in her a little. Are you babysitting?
You what? Oh, you know, I take care of a lot of things. Many things.
You don't have a child, Mr. Monarch, so I figured.
You know who I am? You've heard of the Mighty Monarch?
Oh, of course. Big fan of your work. That marionette thing you made for Rusty Venture? Wonderful.
Wow, I'm flattered. I mean, that's like...
That's my business. But we're not at the office right now, you see. And that's the secret. You gotta separate your work from your life. It's a slippery slope once you start living as your character. The obsession starts. The darkness. A man can do terrible things when he's lost his way. Terrible things.
Which one is yours?
Lila, that little ragamuffin.
Tirando o fio guia sem anestesia.
São 6 momentos de dor, tá? O primeiro momento é quando eu tiro a tensão. Então vamos lá. 1, 2. Tirei a tensão. Entendeu? O segundo momento, agora eu vou colocar uma luvinha, que é o momento que mais incomoda. Posicionando o cortador de fio. Posicionado. No 3 eu corto. 3.
Essa vai ser a minha melhor vigarice.
Ué, não sentisse nada?
É pressãozinha, só no joelho.
E aí... Agora eu vou puxar. Tá? Agora é igual um par. 1, 2, 3.
Cara, não senti nada.
Parabéns, seu netinho. É um menino.
Tirando o fio guia sem...
Reason I want.
There are 2 wolves on that hill. Right there. Those wolves were following the same trail I was. That seemed to scare off that wolf. Those wolves were not afraid of me. If I had a real gun, I could have shot those 3 wolves. I don't know how many wolves are in that pack, but I saw at least 3. That's bear poop right there. Oh, I can smell them. It's like a dog kennel. Hopefully I scared them away. I don't want them circling around me and get my pack. There you go. That right there is the willow ptarmigan, Alaska state bird. Wolves have a very interesting way of hunting. They're very good at long distance endurance. So they'll just follow a herd and trot behind it and push the herd until the weak and the sick and the young can't keep up, and then they get them. There we go. There's the grayling and ptarmigan all cleaned and dressed. Gonna put some blueberry sauce on our ptarmigan. That's good. That's really good. There are 2 wolves on that hill. Right there. Those wolves were following the same trail I was. That seemed to scare off that wolf. Those wolves were not afraid of me. If I had a real gun, I could have shot those 3 wolves. I don't know how many wolves are in that pack.
Wow, look at, got a good view of that.
Essa parte aqui.
Wow, look at, got a good view of that. This guy's trying to sting me. Not gonna let him. Oh no. I just got stung. I just got stung by a f***ing bat ray. Oh, the barb is in there. Hey Siri, how do you remove a stingray barb from your arm? I still want to release this guy as fast as possible. This was my fault. Okay, the barb snapped off. Let's release this guy. I'm gonna go to the hospital. Wow, look at, got a good view of that. This guy's trying to sting me. Not gonna let him. Oh no. I just got stung. I just got stung by a f***ing bat ray. Oh, the barb is in there. Hey Siri, how do you remove a stingray barb from your arm? I still want to release this guy as fast as possible. This was my fault. Okay, the barb snapped off. Let's release this guy. I'm gonna go to the hospital. Wow.
Essa parte aqui que você viu com hematoma.
100,000 of them, almost the entire world population, are here. Polar bears.
If you accidentally stepped on a stingray, it would quickly whip its tail over its body and sting you. At the base of their tail, they have a sharp, serrated barb, almost like a dagger. And this barb is coated with a strong, venom-producing tissue. When it pierces your skin, the venom is absorbed into your body, which causes an immediate, intense pain, and in rare cases, it can be fatal. If you accidentally
Alrighty. 5th one of the day, boys. Let's get a release. That's your cheese. Get a release. Let's get a release. That's your cheese, man. Alrighty. 5th one of the day.
This is a stingray. I've always wondered how a stingray stings. Well, if you look at the bottom, you'll see a long tail. I thought this was a stinger, but I was wrong.
Okay, that's it.
This is a stingray. I've always wondered how a stingray stings. Well, if you look at the bottom, you'll see a long tail. I thought this was a stinger, but I was wrong. Because look here, if I move the tail to the side, see that small barb? This is the stinger. Here's what it looks like removed from the stingray. Look closely at the edge. It's sharp and serrated and can easily cut into flesh. And here's the important part. See those two grooves in the middle of the stinger? Those grooves hold special cells that secrete venom into the flesh of the stingray's victims. And that's how a stingray stings. This is
Okay, that's it. I'm gonna get into a hook again. Jeez, he did sting me. Yeah. Did it catch you? Yeah. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna get
Right, now it's one thing seeing that spine flailing around. I want to see what happens when that makes contact with something, with flesh. I've actually brought along a pig's leg. Very, very similar tissue to a human, so let's just see what happens to this. That went right in.
You put your hand on...
Right, now it's one thing seeing very, very similar tissue to a human, so let's just see what happens to this. That went right in the whole length of the spine, and then it seemed to almost put its body weight behind it and really push it in. It went right up to the hilt of the spine.
I'm surprised by this. I thought a strike would be more haphazard. The ray appears to line up on its target like a marksman, aiming above the point where the pressure is applied to its body before thrusting its spine deep into the tissue with every ounce of its power. The point where the pressure is applied to its body before thrusting its spine deep into the tissue with every ounce of its power. As the tail retracts, more than 100 backward-facing barbs tear through flesh like a hunting knife. After the strike, the ray's instinct is to flee.
Right. Now
You put your hand on this black Mickey Mouse and wait 2 seconds, because soon you'll be greeted by this friendly stingray that you can now feed through your hands. So this place is designed to lure wild stingrays in so you get a chance to touch and feel them. But don't worry, stingrays are pretty harmless and would never do anything bad to humans. You put your hand on this black Mickey Mouse and wait 2 seconds, because soon you'll be greeted by this friendly...
What makes stingrays so dangerous? Sure, stepping on the barb of stingray doesn't make for a fun experience, but it's also the fact that they are nearly invisible by camouflaging with the sand. So as you're walking out to go surf and visually see no stingrays, you're in for a rude awakening when you receive a sudden jolt of pain on your foot from not doing the stingray shuffle. What makes stingrays so dangerous? Sure, stepping on the...
help!
What are you doing? How do you tickle a fish? Please don't. I swear I'll pee on you. I hate you. What are you...
A stingray just stung you on the foot and there are no lifeguards to help. What do? Ideally, you'd want to have brought two things before coming to the beach. First, a super hot gallon of water that is 110 to 115 degrees, and second, a bucket. You'll then pour the entire gallon of water into the bucket and place the bucket onto the ground. Lastly, you'll place the foot that got stung into the 110 to 115 degree bucket of water for 30 to 90 minutes until the pain goes away. A stingray just...
After spotting a stingray, Steve and his cameraman dove into the water to record Steve's approach. As Steve passed over its head, the previously calm stingray suddenly struck with its barb. The cameraman captured the event, but didn't realize the severity of the situation until he saw the blood pooling around Steve. He rushed Steve back to the boat, but the pain was excruciating. The 12-inch long venomous barb had pierced directly into Steve's heart. Tragically, Steve didn't survive the trip to the hospital due to massive blood loss. Later, Steve's wife, Terry, made the decision that the footage of his death should never be shown, and the tape was permanently destroyed. After spotting a stingray, Steve and his cameraman dove into the water to record Steve's approach. As Steve passed over its head, the previously calm stingray suddenly struck with its barb. The cameraman captured the event, but didn't realize the severity of the situation until he saw the blood pooling around Steve. He rushed Steve back to the...
This is the stinger of a stingray. And let me show you why you don't want to be stung by these. If you look closely, you'll see that the barb has these tiny, super sharp edges that stick into their target and rip back out. But the real stick into their target, sharp edges, you'll see that the barb has these tiny, super sharp edges that stick into their target and rip back out. But the real pain comes from a coating of venom that rests on...
Ow!
Okay?
Oh, wow. Kind of hurt, but... This is a southern stingray. It is found all over Florida. And this one is heavy, everybody. I'm not gonna lie. But...
This animal has the ability to fire its venom into the wound created by its spine. All right, let's see in slow motion how these spines inject venom. I'll do these top two guys. Ready? Here they go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wow. Look at that. And it's like blue. Holy cow. Look at how much venom just came out of that fish. Let's do another one. Do it one more time. Oh my gosh, guys, the spines are blue. And once those spines are out, they stay out. They're ready to defend. All right, let me try these spines on the back here. 1, 2, 3. Wow, that is what would be inside of your foot if you were to step on a stonefish. But now I think it's time to take a sting for myself. Talk about intimidating. This animal has the ability to fire its venom into...
Today we're cooking stingray. Spiny back, aerodynamic wings, and an extremely potent barb on the tail. I was surprised to find that there's actually 4 fillets on this fish.
Don't eat me!
Remove the tail, then the wings following the seam so it looks like this, and you'll find 2 fillets separated by cartilage. First peeled off the skin, then using a sharp knife, carefully sliced off both fillets.
I went to the lagoon to hang out with some stingrays, and they were relentless. As you can see here, these 2 larger stingrays kept coming up to me, and no matter how I would push them away, they would still come right back up. Even if I was sitting completely down on the sand, they would come up right behind me and try to slide underneath me. At this point, I wanted to stand up for some air, so I did that, and they actually swam right underneath my feet, so I had to glide above.
Did you know Steve Irwin was a certified badass? In September 2006, Steve Irwin was filming in the Great Barrier Reef for his new TV show, Ocean's Deadliest. Steve was known for getting up close and personal with some of the most dangerous animals in the world. He was initially planning on filming with a tiger shark, but when he couldn't find one, he settled on an 8-foot wide stingray instead. The plan was for Steve to go up to the animal and have the camera capture the moment it swam away. But instead of swimming away, the stingray's barb pierced his chest, striking him multiple times. Irwin knew he was in trouble, saying, "It punctured me lung." Steve didn't realize that the barb had actually pierced his heart. The stingray had done so much damage to Irwin's heart that there was little that anyone could have done to save him, leading to his death at only 44 years old.
After spotting a stingray, Steve and his cameraman dove into the water to record Steve's approach. As Steve passed over its head, the previously calm stingray suddenly struck with its barb. The cameraman captured the event, but didn't realize the severity of the situation until he saw the blood pooling around Steve. He rushed Steve back to the boat, but the pain was excruciating. The 12-inch long venomous barb had pierced directly into Steve's heart. Tragically, Steve didn't survive the trip to the hospital due to massive blood loss. Later, Steve's wife, Terry, made the decision that the footage of his death should never be shown, and the tape was permanently destroyed.
Quem foi que mijou no meu copo?
Mãe, tem café?
Tem não.
Pois vou criar um universo repleto de dor e sofrimento. Este mundo que estou prestes a criar será um espelho distorcido de tudo que já vivi, de cada cicatriz que carrego na alma. Vou dar vida a um universo onde a felicidade não passa de uma lembrança distante, uma sombra fugaz que nunca se materializa. Neste universo, as pessoas que me fizeram mal estarão presas em um ciclo interminável de dor, lutando contra forças que não podem vencer.
Traçalhei meu toba com um toletão de bosta.
Quem foi que mijou no meu copo?
tem café?
Tem não.
Pois vou criar um universo repleto de dor e sofrimento. Este mundo que estou prestes a criar será um espelho distorcido de tudo que já vivi, de cada cicatriz que carrego na alma. Vou dar vida a um universo onde a felicidade não passa de uma lembrança distante, uma sombra fugaz que nunca se materializa. Neste universo, as pessoas que me fizeram mal estarão presas em um ciclo interminável de dor, lutando contra forças que não podem vencer.
Traçalhei meu toba com um toletão de bosta.
Quem foi que mijou no meu copo?
Mãe, tem café?
Tem não.
Pois vou criar um universo repleto de dor e sofrimento. Este mundo que estou prestes a criar será um espelho distorcido de tudo que já vivi, de cada cicatriz que carrego na alma. Vou dar vida a um universo onde a felicidade não passa de uma lembrança distante, uma sombra fugaz que nunca se materializa. Neste universo, as pessoas que me fizeram mal estarão presas em um ciclo interminável de dor, lutando contra forças que não podem vencer.
Traçalhei meu toba com um toletão de bosta.
mijou no meu copo.
Mãe, tem café?
Tem não.
Pois vou criar um universo repleto de dor e sofrimento. Este mundo que estou prestes a criar será um espelho distorcido de tudo que já vivi, de cada cicatriz que carrego na alma. Vou dar vida a um universo onde a felicidade não passa de uma lembrança distante, uma sombra fugaz que nunca se materializa. Neste universo, as pessoas que me fizeram mal estarão presas em um ciclo interminável de dor, lutando contra forças que não podem vencer.